One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Can you even imagine watching that live? I cannot. I was in my mother's stomach. It's been 50 years since the first human words were uttered on the moon. An estimated 650 million people across the globe watched that achievement on television, just like you're seeing it now.
New at 6, one woman made history of her own and had astronaut Neil Armstrong right by her side. Channel 2 anchor Wendy Corona is here. And Wendy, you met a woman who rubbed shoulders with some of the greats of that day.
Let me tell you what, Raj Mithru Nair is one of the greats herself. Her accomplishments with flying gliders brought this self-described ordinary girl to spend time with prime ministers, English royalty, and eventually American royalty in 1969. Neil Armstrong.
You are a daredevil when you are young.
Raj Mithru Nair reminisced with me about growing up in Delhi, India.
I couldn't go out of the house after sunset.
But Raj wasn't one to be held back. She'd fly paper planes with her little brother.
We used to see whose plane goes further. And that's what excited me.
Aviation. At the age of 17, encouraged by her brother-in-law, she began learning to fly.
So he suggested that I do gliding first so that I get the feel of the aircraft.
And she was good, setting women's world records for longest glider flight at 5 hours 32 minutes, height at 11,000 feet, and length 91 kilometers, about 56.5 miles, all on this glider. No engine, just wind current.
And this is Neil Armstrong signing the glider.
Raj met Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, and took him for a spin in her glider.
He was a little scared.
And in a hot air balloon.
He's sitting in the basket, and I'm with him. And I asked him, I said, you didn't take me in a rocket with you, but I'm going to take you in a glider and balloon. He was very happy.
And so was she. An impressionable moment for a woman breaking barriers and setting world records.
I never expected that, I'll have this opportunity to meet him, who is the first man on the moon, and then come and, talk to me, just an ordinary girl.
But doing extraordinary things. And appropriately, I met Raj at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where she works in guest services. And she told me she's excited for the future of aviation and also for space travel. And as for Neil Armstrong, when Raj moved here to the U.S., they reconnected and started their friendship up again.
So this really reminds me more so even the movie Hidden Figures, where you have the story about...
Which she's a big fan of.
That's right. So Katherine Johnson and the other women who were sort of the computers behind all the equations to get them up there on the moon. So to know that a woman was also doing that as well.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Wendy.